Hey, it's Guard here, and today I was wanting to make a little special video, and look what I found driving down the road. So hey, it's a lighthouse. Anyway, I have some my subscribers had asked about, they're getting new Coachmen Beyonds, and they were curious if I would do like a walk around video to show how to use the features of it, kind of like a new vehicle orientation. And it's too much for me to put in one video, so I'm going to break it up. So this video today that I'm making will be the outside components of the RV, how to use them, where they're located. And what I have is a 2020 Beyond with the sofa in the back. So it's pretty much the same on the outside as the twin dinette, or the twin beds of the dinette. The rear bath is a little different. I'm not quite sure. There might be a few changes on the 2021 model, but this is a 2020 rear sofa, and I'll show you what we got. So let's take a look. Start on the driver's side. Okay, so starting at the very beginning, the very front of it, to put fuel in it, you have to open the door up, and there's a little thing right here. You pull that out. This is where you put gas in. There's no gas cap. You just stick the nozzle in there and squeeze it, and you're all set. So that's how to put gas in it. Okay, for the outside shower, this is your shower hose, and I keep it in a little compartment. When you open the back doors, I keep it up in one of those upper cabinets. But to use it, you just take this right here. It says spray port. You lift this up. It's a little tricky. I just drop this down because you have free hands. But there's a ring right here, and you have to push this ring in. So you push it in, and you push this in. It's kind of hard, and you go like that, and now it's hooked in. And now let me see if my water pump's on. We'll have water. Yeah, there we go. So there's your outside shower. When you're done, to take it off, you have to push this ring all the way back in and squeeze it out like that. If you turn the water pump off, you can take the pressure off and you don't get sprayed in the face. But that's okay. So here's that. And now this hose is full of water, so it's best just to squeeze the handle and let it drain out. So that's how you use the outside shower. Right next to the outside shower, this little port right here is where you hook up solar panels. If you have like a suitcase solar panel, you can plug it here. There should be a warning label. I took all my labels off, so you'll see labels, but you can put up to 20 amps of solar right there. So that's that. Down here is your gray water, your black tank and your gray water tank. So if you get the camera down there, you untwist this cover right here, and once that's off, you hook your hose up to it. It's got bayonet lugs, you twist it on. There's a little handle on the side, on the right side, it says it's a black handle. That's your black tank. You pull that out, it dumps really, really quick. When it's done dumping, you push that back in and you pull the gray tank handle. The gray tank handle will drain the gray tank, and it flushes out the hose to help keep your hose cleaner. So that's the drain for the black and gray. Okay, going back, the next thing we'll find is the 30 amp plug for your short connection. So you take your cable, there's an L-shaped one and then two just straight ones. The L-shaped one is the bottom one. So you just kind of line it up like this, you put it on and you give it a little twist and hold this up so support it, and then screw this ring on. It's very important to screw the ring on because it locks the cable to the van. Tighten it up, and it takes away any play in it. It'll keep the plugs from getting overheated. And when you're done, so that's hooked up, and then you would plug the cable in. I'll show you that later on a different video, how to hook up at a campground, but this is how you hook up your power. To unhook it, you unscrew it, you do that little twist, pull it out, lay on the ground and close that, and you're done. Okay, so the next thing back here is there's 4 black fittings. Now they normally have labels on them. I took my labels off. I like a little more stealth, and I have them just kind of a little cut gray. The first one, this is where you hook up a cable TV. If you're at a campground and they have TV, you hook it up here. This is for your city water. You unscrew that. you screw your hose onto this, and then you hook it up to a post, like a faucet, and you use the pressure from that hose to run your systems.
Does that mean you turn off your water pump?
Yeah, you would turn off your water pump. If you're not hooked up at a campground, but you have access to water, this is where you fill up your freshwater tank. You screw your hose onto it, you screw it onto an outlet, you fill it up, and you can look inside and see the gauges. It'll say when it gets like half full, 3/4 full, full, but also when it's completely full, it will start overflowing on the ground underneath. So if that happens, you just turn the hose off, disconnect that, snap that back in, you're done. When you're in a campground and you have your sewer hose hooked up and you have the black tank valve open, you can hook a hose up here, and you use a separate hose. You don't use the hose that you hook up to your drinking water. That should be like a white hose or a blue hose, a drinking water safe hose. So you want to keep two different hoses, one safe water hose and one a non-potable, which is like contaminated water. So you have two different hoses. Typically it's a blue hose or a white hose you would use here, and here you would just use a green hose or whatever hose, one that you don't drink out of. You screw the hose on here, you turn the faucet on with the black tank open, and it'll spray water into your black tank to rinse your tank out. So that will clean out your black tank. And make sure that if you have water going into this, that your black tank valve is open. Otherwise your tank will fill. You won't know it until you have poop water coming out the top of your van. Not a very good thing.
Top?
Yeah, it'll come out the vent. Because the toilet's closed, there's no place for water to go. It'll work its way up and you'll have poop water coming down your van. Not a good thing.
Didn't that happen to somebody in a movie?
It might have, but it's like something that you don't want to have happen to you. So do not do that.
I think it was Robin Williams in our
Probably.
maybe.
Okay, now down under here, I'm just going to sit down here and do this. All right, so down here we have two compartments. This is where you keep your sewer hose. You got a little eye ring over here. You flip this down, you open this little valve up, and your hose is in there. I don't want to open it up because my hands are clean right now. But anyway, and this right here, you unscrew that. Okay, now this, when you go to like a service station where they're going to fill your propane, like a Tractor Supply or wherever, this is where they fill your propane, and this is the bleeder valve. This is where you would hook up a barbecue grill if you had one, and this is your on-off switch for your propane. So if you're not using the propane, you want to turn it off, you push this down, it says off, and it turns a solenoid, which will close your propane tank off. It's very important if you're going through tunnels or in different places where you have to turn your propane off. You open this up, push that down, and you're done. To close, you kind of lift it up just a little bit so that hole's lined up. Stick this in here and screw it shut. And it's nice if you forget that, it's attached by a bungee, little cord, and the lid's on a hinge. So all that's good now. And let's see, I think that pretty much covers the driver's side. So let's go take a look at the passenger side. Okay, on the back of the van, starting at the bottom, you have your receiver hitch, and then here's a 4-wire connector for a trailer, and over here is the I think it's a 6-wire, 6 or 7. It's 6-wire, I think. This is where you have a bigger cable if you hook up a bigger trailer, camper or something. This is just your basic flat 4-wire. Your bicycle rack, we took it off, but it screws onto these mounts. You can unscrew it and carefully take the rack off if you want to go rackless. And then up top here, this is your backup camera. On some of them, the backup camera's lower, but on this one, it's up there. Okay. All right, so now we're on the driver's side. There's not a lot goes on this side. This side's really pretty laid back. You have a outside 110 outlet, and it does have a GFI. So if your GFI trips on the inside, you come out here to reset it. It's kind of weird, but it works. It's also kind of nice because if you have a problem and you're outside, typically if you have something in your hand, you're plugged in here, you're going to trip it. So you're more likely to trip your GFI on the outside of the van. So that's good. This is the exhaust for the Truma. You have a Truma Combi. It does both water and heats the cabin. And this is the exhaust there. It gets hot, so don't touch that when your furnace is running or your hot water is running. You have an exhaust pipe for the engine. I forgot, since I have a lithium batteries, I don't have a generator, but if there was a generator, the exhaust pipe would be on the other side, and it gets hot when it's running. Obviously it's an exhaust pipe, so don't touch it when it's running. The awning, I'm not a big fan of awnings. My wife and I actually have tie wraps on mine just as a safety, and we don't extend it. I might take the awning off one day, I just haven't got around to that. But this is basically the outside of the passenger side. You can always get these little keyless pads, and you can mount them anywhere. I put mine here. Later on I discovered that when the mirror's folded you can't see it, but that's okay. We don't fold the mirrors very often. So there's that, and that pretty much wraps up the outside components of my RV. Like I said, if you have a generator model, a little bit different. The rear bath model, those 4 pipes, the 4 little connectors on the back, the fresh water, the city water, and that they're moved a little bit further forward, but you'll still notice what they are. And I think on the rear bath, I think there's 2 gray tanks, so you have to drain the back one and the main one. So, but that's pretty much the difference.
Is your black tank drain in the back on the rear bath, right by the toilet?
Yes. Let's come on this way and I'll show you. I believe on the rear bath that there is a gray tank drain right here, because your kitchen's right here, and your bath is back here. So these 4 things right here, I believe, are right here, because the bath is here, and there's a gray tank and black tank drain down here. So that would be where you would drain your toilets and stuff. But that's the only difference that I know of on the outside. So if you got any questions, just drop me a line, leave a message or so. I'll get back with you, and I'll be doing an inside tour of how to use the inside in a separate video, just to save time and make a video shorter, easier to watch, download. Well, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And one more look, we're at Morgan's Inspiration Island. This is in San Antonio, Texas. And I saw the lighthouse, and people that know me, ex-Coast Guard, they know I like the lighthouses. So it's kind of like a little beacon calling me up here to do this video. Well, y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. And Spike's inside. So hold on a second. Spike! I need a Spike. I need a Spike. Is there a Spike in the house?
This beacon called us up here to do this video in 98-degree weather.
Yeah. Come here, Spike.
Spike's inside with his sister in the air conditioning.
Man. Look at this. We have a little cameo appearance of Spike, because Spike says, "Baby, it's hot outside." Mm-hmm. It's really hot. It's like pretty hot. So
98, 99.
yeah. So there's Spike. So y'all, like I said, thanks again for watching, and check out the other video. I'll get that made hopefully pretty soon.
Are we gonna go get some barbecue, Spike?
Yeah.
We're gonna go to
Two Bros.
Two Bros? Okay, sounds great. Or Blanco?
Blanco barbecue.
Yeah, we'll try some Texas barbecue.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, bye.